Okay, so it's 3 o'clock, and I think we can just wait a few minutes, just maybe 5 minutes, just to wait for the others to come in. Yeah, but otherwise, we are supposed to start like right now. But it seems like most people are still trickling in. Um, because it's going to be very interactive. So be ready to raise your hand to contribute via the chat and yeah, and you can even unmute and contribute where necessary. So yeah, so let's just wait 5 minutes and then we'll start. But in the meantime, as we wait, you can actually see in the chat I shared a link where you can click there and explore Lovable whilst we wait for the others to come in and then we'll take it from there. So we'll start officially at 3:05. All right. I think we can start now. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Edzai Cornelius Robo. I'm based here in Johannesburg, South Africa, and I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Acalytica. We're based at a startup hub called 22 on Sloan, that is in Bryanston. So thank you very much for coming through for this hackathon. It's a virtual hackathon. It's an idea that we're exploring with Lovable. And Lovable, as you know, is a Swedish company, the fastest growing startup in the world. They are the poster child for vibe coding, right? Vibe coding is where you are literally creating apps, you're creating websites using natural language processing, literally prompting your way to production. So Lovable have been very, very helpful, very supportive, and we've been chatting back and forth. Even the CEO Anton wanted to be here, but unfortunately, as you know, it's a fast-growing company, so there's a lot that is changing very fast. But uh, but they are very much pushing towards getting more users in Africa, getting more people to be able to get over the hurdle of not being technical enough to be able to create solutions. Because what has happened is that with uh, with the developments that have happened in AI, you can now bring your dreams to life, literally. So that is the most important thing. And they've made it so easy that you don't even know how to code for you to be able to create something, to be able to prototype, to be able to actually come up uh, with a platform that integrates into many other microservices and all that. So it's important that we learn how to use Lovable. There are so many copycats out there, but Lovable is the one that is at the cutting edge. Even from a fundraising perspective, they've just raised billions. I think now they are valued at about $6 billion. And they've done it outside Silicon Valley. So also that is testament to the fact that you can actually create a viable and big company outside Silicon Valley. You don't need to go to Silicon Valley anymore for you to succeed. You can do it from wherever you are because there has been some democratization of technology and generative AI has been at the center of that democratization in the last 2 years, 3 years actually. So today we're going to be talking about vibe coding. And by the end of the session, we want everybody to have a solution that solves some problem that you have or that you've seen or something as some product that you thought of, or even to say, okay, you know what, I like this product. Let me create a version of mine just for you to see. So that's the kind of interaction that we want to have where it's more doing, it's more exploration, it's more understanding about what is this wave of technology, where is it going, and what is the outlook in the next few years, and obviously the longer horizon as well. So those are some of the things that we'll be discussing, and yeah, so we'll start. Can you confirm that you can see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can anybody confirm?
We can just see your face.
Oh, you can see my face. Okay. All right. So
Yes.
just to save bandwidth, for some of you, I'm going to switch off my camera and try focus on the presentation and the other stuff that we're going to show you. Okay. So, right. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So, can you see my screen now?
Yes, there's an A there.
There's an A. Okay. All right. Just a second. Yeah.
We
So
can't see
it's
what you are sharing.
the host
We
isn't
can just see
allowing
your
sharing for the.
profile.
Okay. Okay. No, it's a setting. It's a setting. All right. Let me fix
Okay.
that. Uh, Okay, Disonila, I think you are the host. Just allow the sharing because I see you are the host there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me
just
just
allow sharing.
try. Okay, you're gonna have to help me
At the
on
bottom,
how
there's
to
something called a
navigate.
host. You saw the host functions at the
Okay,
bottom.
there's participants, chats, reactions, share screen.
Yeah, that one. There should be. Is there a
Multiple
host
participants
settings?
can share.
Okay, make me host. How's that? Reclaim
Okay, let me
host.
try
Okay, I
and do
can do
that.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, nice. Thanks. So let's see. Sharing. Just a second. Allow participants to share screen. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm sorted now. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right. So basically, what we are doing with Lovable is that we're starting the Lovable Africa community where we are going to be going around different countries, different cities, doing hackathons, physical hackathons, that is, where we'll be working with people to help them solve their problems that they have in their communities, in their businesses, and stuff like that. So that's the whole idea, to stimulate adoption and to actually solve problems. So it's a two-pronged approach. And this is quite handy for Africa because just like we did with the mobile phones, where we literally leapfrogged the desktop era, here we're going to also leapfrog, where because with vibe coding, you don't need much infrastructure. You don't need you don't even need your own big servers because you find with Lovable Cloud, for example, you've got your super base in there. You've got everything you need to just plug and play and run literally. So that's the objective of today, to say, what is this Lovable? What is this vibe coding? How can you use it even if you are a well-established developer or you are non-technical at all? You can all actually work with the technology. Right. So basically, the title of the event is called Lovable Africa Vibe Coding Virtual Hackathon, and it's being hosted by Acalytica with the support of Lovable. Although the head of growth for Lovable was supposed to join us, Sophia, but she's got a bad flu. So she sent us a video apologizing and saying she would have loved to be here, but she's going to attend some of the physical events that we're going to have next year, though. Right. So the idea is that we're going to try and all build something. That's the most important thing. So make sure you can do it from your phone, from your tablet, or from your laptop. So everybody's going to be able to do it. For starters, if you check in the chat, you'll see that the first chat message that's there um, says that you can actually explore. I'm just going to repost it in the chat so that you can see it there. So please just make sure you register with that link so that at least we can follow your progress. And then when you share on social media, if you're sharing, please use the hashtag Lovable Africa, hashtag Lovable Africa, so that at least even the guys who are in Sweden can also see what we are doing here. And if they see traction, then I know that they'll be able to put in resources in terms of money, in terms of other support as well, so that at least uh, we can have proper events next year. Right. So the idea is that we want you, everyone in this on this call, to ship a working lovable web app that solves one real problem in Africa. So in Africa, it's quite broad. In your sphere of influence in your reality. You're going to solve one problem. It doesn't have to be, you don't solve 10 problems. Just choose one problem that you want to solve for. So that's the objective of today. Right. Uh, Now, for the next 20 minutes or so, just as an intro, so that at least we set the room, the mood in the room. I'm just going to go through this presentation, and then after that, we'll go into building, and then after that, we'll get people to actually present what they've produced with Lovable, and then we take it from there. All right. But before I do the presentation, I just want to play a video from Sophia. Sophia, the head of growth from Lovable. She couldn't make it today, but yeah, so I just put a video. You'll find it on the Acalytica YouTube channel, but I'm just gonna play it. Can you hear her, by the way?
No, I can't hear any audio
You
from
can't
my
hear.
end. It's I. Yes.
Can anyone else hear?
Maybe
No.
I
No
can't hear.
audio.
So
Oh man. Yo.
check on your settings and
Uh,
make sure you've you've enabled the audio on your shared screen.
Audio on shared screen. Okay, let me check that. La 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 la. Mm,
So
nope.
you click on the share icon, and then
Uh-huh.
it will ask you like which screen you want to share.
Uh-huh.
Just make sure that you've enabled with the share options, share the sound. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna send this link on the chat and you are gonna share it. How's that? There you are. Please share it for us. I'm gonna stop sharing and then we take it from there. Is that fine?
Yes,
Okay.
that's fine.
Thanks, Eckhart. Thank you. Eckhart is a gamer, by the way. He's a gaming developer. So if you need to learn something about gaming, he's your guy.
Or well, for me it's tomorrow. It's Wednesday night in Sweden right now, and I'm sick, so my voice is a bit
Okay. Can you see? I can see it.
We can hear the audio, but we can't see the person. Oh, we can see. All good
Okay,
now.
just start it again, maybe.
We're in the south at the moment. Hello everyone, I'm Sophia and I'm working with community activation at Lovable. I know that you have a hackathon coming up today, or well, for me it's tomorrow. It's Wednesday night in Sweden right now, and I'm sick, so my voice is a bit like destroyed, so it's a bad timing for this video. But I just wanted to take a moment to wish you all best of luck for the hackathon. I am so proud to be supporting this initiative through Lovable. Me, myself, I'm from Morocco, so it's the north of Africa. I know that you're in the south at the moment, but I think it's super cool that Lovable reached you guys and that you will be building this this evening. So best of luck, have fun, unlock creativity, and please follow up with updates on the projects you've been building. So ciao. Hello.
Nice. Thanks. Thank you very much, Eckhart. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that was just a short message from Sophia from Lovable to just expressing her support for initiatives in Africa. And I mean, we are open to suggestion as to what kind of activities that we can actually have as well as part of the program next year. So if you do have any suggestions, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and then we can suggest to them as well. It doesn't matter which country in Africa you are from. We want to cover the whole continent, basically. All right. So that's that. We were just making sure that the payers of the bills are represented, right? Mreki, right? So now, um, let's look at what Lovable is, right? Uh, and the rise of vibe coding. So basically, in short, we're saying that Lovable makes it so easy for non-technical people and technical people to create web apps. And the the type of code they use, so for the front end, they use what is known as React, right? TypeScript. That's what they use. And then in the back end, you have something called Superbase, right? Superbase is a type of data, it's a new type of database called a vector database, different from MySQL and all that, because this one is optimized for what is known as a multimodal environment, where now, because nowadays we have AI which can generate videos, audio, text, and other modalities. So that means that this one now is optimized in order to be able to handle the different types of data that's coming, unstructured and structured data. So it's already in within Lovable. So you don't need to know how to do databases because they've made it so simple, right? If you ask those who use the first version of Lovable, you know that you had to be able to connect the Superbase on your own and the database and know how to do that. But now it's so seamless because now it's literally done for you by their AI agents, right? So basically, Lovable is a big AI agent that does things for you, right? You give it an instruction to say, create this for me, and then it will go and it will spin up the different services that it needs in order to come up with this thing for you, right? So it does that. And then obviously you can now iteratively prompt it and fix whatever needs to be fixed. And then if you are technical, it's even an advantage because you can even go in and change things on your own, but you don't need to be, right? So that's the most important thing. So if you're, for example, if you're an executive and you have a team of developers and you want to show them what you want, you can actually come up with a quick prototype in 10 minutes to say, okay, this is something that I want. Now you go and make sure that it's secure, it's production ready, it's enterprise ready, it's everything, but this is what I want. So instead of trying to explain back and forth and not understanding each other, I mean, who has ever dealt with developers and you don't understand each other? Because what you are saying and what they're hearing is totally different. So now with Lovable, you can actually um, you can actually bridge that gap. But the good part is, if you want, you won't even stop at prototyping. You can actually go all the way to production. I've got a friend of mine. He's a chef, and I introduced him to Lovable, and he is so addicted. I call him the biggest vibe coder in Joburg. It's just that he couldn't join us today. I would have loved for him to just tell us his story. And he is now vibe coding like a pro, literally. His website, he's got I think he's got now 4 websites, I think, that he has, and they're all vibe coded. But if you see them, uh, if you saw them without knowing that he vibe coded them, you'd pay top dollar for that, literally. So that's important. Then obviously now you can even add like your Facebook login, your Facebook, your social media integrations, Paystack, Stripe, payment gateways, because back in the days it was tough to get paid online, but now it's now easy because all these services are already there in Lovable. If not, then you can even just get the API documents and literally add them to Lovable. So the idea is that our life has been made easy by Lovable, and now it's our time to actually unleash our creativity so that we can actually solve the problems that we encounter. So non-technical founders, designers, creators, and developers who want to move at products at breakneck speed can now move fast, right? So basically, it's your idea plus Lovable equals to success, basically. Wow. I sound like someone selling, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm literally selling Lovable here. Right. So what is vibe coding? But before I go into vibe coding, let me just take a step back, right? And talk about generative AI and large language models in general. So you find that in November 2022, that's when ChatGPT 3 came out. And that's when we realized that something was coming up that was going to change the world as we know it, literally, especially for the white collar job people, right? So it came out, and before that, people thought that your plumbers, your manual workers, the blue collar side was going to be disrupted first. Everybody was predicting that. But then it turned out that it's the white collar jobs, the knowledge work, that's the one that's being disrupted first. The blue collar, have you seen those robots? They don't walk with the dexterity of a human being. So that will take longer to disrupt. The robot is quite tough because you need something called physical AI. The large language models are not going to solve the robotics problem because language you won't be able to script language to be able to make the robot move. That's why you find the leaders right now in your physical AI side is like Elon Musk and them, because they've been collecting data from what? From your Teslas and all that, like physical camera data that they are using. So now, looking at the large language models, the first thing that we have to realize is that the the AI from LLMs does not understand what it's producing. That's the first thing. It can produce nice poems, it can produce books, it can produce everything, but it doesn't know what it's doing. It's just a statistical machine, right? So basically, what it's doing is saying, I've read the whole internet literally, and I know that if there is a sentence, right? And if it's incomplete, then the probability of this word coming in as the next word is so much, and then it takes the one that's got the highest probability, right? So that is a statistical calculation. So it's not understanding. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have emotions. It doesn't have empathy. It doesn't have everything that we have. So that is the most important thing. So that means that given that knowledge, we cannot relegate the thinking to the LLM. The thinking should be done by us, assisted by the LLM. Because the moment we now relegate ourselves to the slaves of LLMs, then we are losing the plot. Because mathematically, you find that the LLMs are based on deep learning, and deep learning is based on correlations. Now, what are correlations? Correlations is that I know that A and B occur maybe one after the other or at the same time together, but they don't know which one causes which one, right? Those of you who've gone to business school know that there is a famous saying that says correlation does not imply causation. So that means that we have a problem where our LLM does not understand intuitively what it's doing, but it can do it. It's like a parrot. A parrot can repeat words, can say things, but it doesn't understand the meaning of those words. That's why if you teach it good words, bad words, it'll just repeat. You get it? So that's the most important thing. So that means that even when we're using Lovable, when you're using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of this, we should always make sure that we are the thinkers and then use the AI to scale ourselves. That's important. Right. So now when we go to vibe coding, you'll see that back in the days, it was a very slow process when it came to software development. You had to have a requirements document and then have a meeting with the customer and get what is known as the product requirements document. And then after that, you set up tickets and schedule, find people, the developers, the testers, everything. It was such a long process. And the cost of doing that was quite high as well. But now with vibe coding, I can literally start a project today, and tomorrow I'm in production, I'm running, or even same day, right? Because some of those processes have been compressed, right? So literally vibe coding and AI in general, they have compressed time such that you don't need to go through all the steps that you went through last time. Although you need a structure to be able to get the best results that you're looking for at any given time. So that's important, right? So now when you look at the vibe coding model, you can prompt. So what I do generally is that I I prompt in ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, and I come up with a PRD, that is a product requirements document from the LLM. Then I take it and I put it into what? Into Lovable. And then I say, Lovable, run this, create this for me. That's how I do it, right? So the key is that you have your prompt when you're creating something has to be very specific. That's why there was a study that was done where they've actually realized that autistic people can use AI better than everyone else. Why? Because generally, autistic people are explicit, right? They don't speak in metaphors. When they say it's blue, they mean what they say. So when you're dealing with the AI, you have to mean what you say. You cannot say it's going to read between the lines. You can't do that. That's why you get results that are not desirable. So you have to be very specific. I want a Nike logo that is 3 centimeters from the edge at 45 degrees. You have to be as exact as possible, right? That's important. So now, once you get that, then you put it into Lovable. It gives you immediately, without doing anything, it will give you a front end. And then now you can connect, of which now they've made it so easy that you can just connect it to Lovable Cloud, and it comes with a database, everything. And all you now just need is to continue prompting and fixing and going and pushing, and you're done. Right. So that's the very little that you need to know about Lovable, literally, because it's so easy. There's not much to talk about. Then in the market, like I said before, you'll find that it's the fastest growing startup ever, even faster than ChatGPT. They just celebrated 1 year last week, and they're already at a $6 billion valuation, I think. And they are creating, if I'm not mistaken, it was 100,000 projects daily, over 10 million projects created already. So that is crazy, right? The scale of that is crazy. But there's nothing that's stopping us also from creating such kind of platforms here in Africa to be able to actually scale like that as well. But the more people who are literate in AI, the more people that are online, the more customers we're going to have, the more adoption that we're going to get with our digital platforms. So it's important that whatever we learn here and anywhere else, let's share as much as possible for free. Let's share, let's give out as much so that we have customers and partners in the process. Right. So we're saying that basically what you're saying is that you are taking your intent, you're taking your hypothesis and quickly putting it into something that you can actually see, right? Something, a software platform that you can actually see. And the good part is that because it's so easy to work with Lovable, vibe coding in general, you can actually create something. You don't like it, you can even delete it, start again, you can even start again 100 times, right? As to make sure that you are perfecting. So that is now a rapid prototyping that has been enabled. So now you can do that. All right. So there are many people that are getting funding from just Lovable platforms that they've created in a day. If you're going for a pitching session, it will be better for you to actually go with a prototype than to go with a pitch deck only, you know? Because basically human beings, they believe by seeing. Sometimes when you're telling people your business idea, they don't understand it because they are not you, so they cannot visualize what you are talking about. But if you've got something, even if it's very basic, at least they'll be able to go on the journey with you, to be able to see what you're trying to achieve, right? Even if it's not polished. So that's important, right? Then, all right. So there is a platform called Made with Lovable, I think. Let me just check. Let me confirm for you. Madewithlovable.com. Yes. Madewithlovable.com. There you can see somebody started that site and they created that site with Lovable so that they can list Lovable sites. Okay, I've put the link in the chat. You can see some of the stuff that people are creating, or even just on Lovable. When you get on the front, on the landing page for Lovable, you'll see some of the stuff that people are creating as well. So there are so many people that are creating. There's even big companies, they are now vibe coding. Even some of the biggest coders even at OpenAI, they say that most of the code they're shipping is actually through vibe coding. So it's important that we know these skills, right? Because these are the skills. So here we've got examples of apps that have been created by Lovable. I'm not gonna click into them and all that, but some of them, like I know this guy just got funding for that. He got funding when he had 0 users, 0 traction. All he had was a prototype. So it's important that we act and we go out there with something tangible that people can see and play around with. So these are more examples that I put out. I'm not going to waste time and look at them. You can just go to Made with Lovable and you'll be able to see more examples there as well. Right. So basically, with the traction that some of these apps have had, and with the traction that Lovable, Bolt, and Kesa, Replit, and the others have had, it shows that there is a need for more people to be involved in the software development life cycle. There's need for more people to be solving these problems. The money that you were supposed to use for a developer, now you can use it for other value-adding activities within your startup, right? So the speed element, the idea to live, it's hours or days. And then you can create an app in any field. It doesn't matter which field you are in, whether it's finance, productivity. It's about you and your creativity. Then small teams, you don't need to hire many people, because a lot of startups fail because of hiring costs and rent, those two things. So those operational costs are so high that a lot of companies fold before they even go anywhere. So now you can do it straight from your bedroom, right? You can create an app that will compete with some big legacy apps as well. So that's important, right? And then also the reuse. You can reuse the thing. You can actually clone your own and remix your lovable apps. So let's say you've got an idea, and then this is for education, and then you want to use the same idea in for dancers. You can actually just remix that one and use the same code base, but just change the context and stuff like that. So that makes it easy because now uh, you can actually reuse assets, you know. So that's important. Right. And then on the what generally when it comes to what are the business models that are prevalent when it comes to apps that are coming out of Lovable, you find a lot of them are called software as a service, where it's monthly or annual subscriptions. But from experience, right, having run SaaS platforms for many years, I know that SaaS doesn't work in Africa generally, right? So that's a tip that if a European investor or a European founder was telling you, they'll just say SaaS because subscriptions work in America, subscriptions work in Europe, but in Africa they don't, unless you are DSTV because you've got English Premier League, unless you are Netflix or something like that, because it's tough for people to subscribe when they're even struggling to subscribe for things like I mean high stakes things like insurance and stuff like that. So we have to be very innovative when it comes to the business models, how we can circumvent the fact that SaaS doesn't work in Africa. Then lead generation and community. So these are some of the use cases that people are using. Some are getting the community there and then making their money offline. Some are just using these platforms for lead generation so that they can send them to some traditional CRM or something, whatever that they use there. So it's important that as you are thinking of whatever app you're going to come up with, think of the business model as well, because without a business model, then it's just software. You understand? It's just software. So that's important for you. Right. So now, vibe coding, why does it favor African builders? If you look at it, we've been shipping a lot of talent for too long. Go to Silicon Valley, go to London, go to Sweden, Estonia. You find so many African developers, so many African founders. They're there because they're chasing capital, they're chasing stability, they're chasing resources like for example, if you wanted to do mining of crypto, for example, you couldn't do it in some of our cities because of electricity problems. So you had to go somewhere where there's abundance in terms of electricity, right? So we're saying that now with vibe coding, the good part is that we don't have to leave our continent. We don't have to get on those boats and cross the seas in order to look for greener pastures. We can actually solve the problems right from here, where we are in Africa. So that is important because there is no shortage of talent, right? Never let anyone lie to you that there's a shortage of talent in Africa. We have an abundance of talent. The only problem that is there is that it's not uniformly distributed across the 55 countries. It is concentrated in Lagos, in Joburg, in Nairobi, but not necessarily in every city. So I think we as Africans need to solve that one on our own, where we should make it easy for people to move around so that we can exchange value. All right, we can get all the talent. In fact, with vibe coding now, you don't even need to leave your city. So you should be able to work from anywhere, anyway. So that's important. So on the talent side, that's a plus that we need to take advantage of. Then deep understanding of informal systems and friction. Right. Right. So I've made it a point. I mean, I used to go to MIT Media Labs, like in Massachusetts. I used to go every year to the MIT Media Labs, and some of the ideas that they were solving for there that were funded billions of dollars, hundreds of millions, they were so synthetic. And then when you come to Africa, this guy hasn't been funded a cent, but is solving fundamental problems, fundamental problems that uh, moves the needle literally, but no one is funding them because of the perceived risk in Africa. So we have enough problems to be able to come up with meaningful solutions as opposed to first world problems where they're solving very superficial problems, right? Some Europeans now have to come to Africa for them to find meaningful problems because they realize that the problems they're solving for in the bubbles of the first world are quite mundane. They're very superficial. So that's important that we should because we understand our realities, we understand our problems. That should be motivation enough for us to be able to actually solve real problems using vibe coding and other technologies that are there. Right. So if you can look at Lovable, you find that you can do micro SaaS. That's what I was talking about, micro SaaS, uh, like booking systems, patient reminders, and those kind of things. You can literally do that. Civic and community tools, enterprise sidecar tools, and create and learning platforms. There's a platform that I just created for one of the big banks in South Africa, where we're teaching them AI for their particular sector. So especially around the putting guardrails and all that and all that. So it's quite an experiential learning platform that we've just created. And again, there's another big bank that we taught last month. We had 250 of their people just teaching them AI. So the confusion with AI right now is an opportunity for you and I to be able to go out there and help people understand what AI is, what it's not, what it can do, how we can take advantage of this. And the good part is that AI is so young, right? That this version of AI that's there now is so young that anyone can pick it up, whether you're technical or not, and have the confidence to stand on a stage and actually teach others, right? So that's important. So please make sure that you have the confidence to go out and teach others as much as possible, because that's the only way that we're going to move forward. Right. Sorry, excuse me. Right. Then, okay, so today, like I said, we want you to pick a problem, and then we're going to vibe code, and then we're going to give feedback, and then we're going to share with the people at Lovable to say this is what we've done, and then from there, we set the stage uh, for next year, where we're going to be doing physical events, and we're going to be making sure that we are as prolific at this as possible. All right. So basically, when problem definition is the most important skill, like I said, um, where ask who is it for? You know those basic questions: who, what, where, when, how. Those ones. Journalists are taught to do that. Problem solvers in mathematics and physics, they're taught to ask those questions. So it's still the same fundamentals, but this time around, what you need to know is that uh, back in the days, knowledge was the output, right? You'd find that when you are a PhD, you go, you do your research, you come out with a research paper, then everybody claps for you, they give you a title, doctor, whatever, yeah. Okay, that's fine. That was good then because knowledge was scarce. But the problem now is that there's a zero marginal cost to acquiring knowledge, meaning that knowledge is cheap. Knowledge can be found by anyone, anywhere. We're all dipping into the same large language models. We're all dipping into the same Google search engines. So knowledge, let's assume that it's available. So knowledge is now an input. The person who can now take knowledge and do something meaningful that changes lives, that has an impact, is the one that's going to win in the AI era. If you were the one who always came number one in class at school, and you were known to know all the 47 presidents in America, all the capital cities of the world, that kind of knowledge is redundant. It doesn't help us in any way, right? If you were the one who could do mental math and was quick at calculation, and yes, fine, but computers can do that better than you, right? So the question is, with the abundance of knowledge that we have, what is it that you can do that can actually be meaningful and that can actually be enduring over time? Because the risk with AI is that you create something today, and then OpenAI just does one update and it wipes everybody out. I've actually been a victim of AI, of OpenAI specifically. Because, I used to have a platform called MathsG, which was a question and answer platform, an edtech platform, one of the biggest in Africa by traffic. And in November 2022, when ChatGPT 3 came, we actually just realized that Q&A, question and answer, became a commodity because we had to, so if somebody asked a question, we had to wait for a tutor to come in and ask. If there's no tutor online, you get that answer 3 days later and all that. So there was a delay in gratification. But when ChatGPT came, there was instant gratification. So that means that they compressed the time to happiness, literally. So that means that our value proposition was actually messed up. And then we thought, okay, you know what? We can do it. Then we quickly integrated with OpenAI. So we could also now just give instant answers as well, right? But now the traffic to websites was also falling because now people were now searching in what? Inside the AIs, the large language models. And then when Google came up with the AI overviews, now you can get the answer on the top search. You don't even need to go to the website. So a lot of websites are suffering now because they're not getting traffic because people are not even using them. They're just getting people are just getting answers straight from the AI. So that's why now, when you're creating these websites, you need platforms like Lovable, for example, where it's already search engine optimized, and then it's also answer engine optimized. So there's a new term called answer engine optimized, AEO, right? AEO, I'm just going to put it in there, right? Answer, I'm writing it in the chat. Answer engine optimization, right? So now that's the way that people are being found inside the large language models, right? So it's important that whatever you build has to be search engine optimized and answer engine optimized, of which when you're using a platform like Lovable, that kind of stuff is already taken care of for you. So you don't have to be technical in order to know how to do AEO or SEO and stuff like that, because it's already done for you from the get-go. So that's important to know that in as much as we're creating more, the risk of actually being overrun by the foundational models is quite high. So that means that when you're thinking of a problem to solve, don't think about it from an app-only perspective. Think about it as a real problem with real people that is online, offline, right? So it's got to have the online and offline components such that you transcend the LLMs, right? You transcend the foundational models. Whatever update they do, as long as you are doing things on the ground and online, then you have some what they call a moat, right? MOAT, that is a defensibility. So that's important. Right. So then you should get when you're looking for a problem, it should be a pain point, and it should also change behavior, and also uh, you should also consider the constraints that exist. Because if you are in Africa and you're creating something that doesn't work offline, that means that you have left behind 40 or to 50% of the people. So how can you bridge that gap? Because there's no way that you are going to go and now start a mobile network operator and put connectivity everywhere. So how can those that don't have access to data, to how can they access your platform? So you see, these are problems that we should be thinking about, right? Because they are real problems that exist within Africa. Okay, so I think, okay, the last, is it the last, maybe second last? Okay, so basically, the workflow for Lovable is that, okay, I gave you the link, right? Please use this one. It helps us with tracking as well, to know that it came from this group, right? And also, when you're sharing, please don't forget it's hashtag Lovable Africa on any social media, so that at least we can be able to track and see your progress as well. Please share with Lovable, at Lovable on Twitter and everywhere else. Share with them so that they see what you're doing. They also, okay, so there's a secret that's there. They also fund startups that are doing stuff on Lovable. So who knows, right? I'm giving you the secret there. Right. So please do share with them as well. Then so once you're on Lovable, then you know who your target user is, you know what you want to do, and we run with it. Okay, somebody needs to mute. It's Neo. Okay, right. So basically, uh, this is the loop that is standard when it comes to vibe coding, where first of all you frame your problem, right? Where it's just a one paragraph where you're talking about what's the problem, user, constraint. And once you've got that, then you put your prompt into Lovable, and then obviously it's gonna do what it does. It comes up with the first front end, and then from there you tighten it up, you refine because you're going to be prompting back and forth. It even gives you suggestions as you're prompting. And then once you're done, then you publish. Once you publish, then you start observing to see, get a few people to use it so that they can also, because you won't see all the stuff. So maybe someone else will be able to see. So make sure that you've got people that are testing for you, and in no time you'll be able to run. So basically, the key takeaways: Lovable and vibe coding turn clear thinking into software at near idea speed. So it's quite quick. It's quick. The ecosystem already has real examples, finance tools to journaling and homesteading apps. The main advantage is no longer code fluency. It's sharp problem framing. It's about framing. If you can actually define your problem very well and frame it properly, then you'll be able to get good products that solve real problems. Then African builders can convert local reality into working tools faster than traditional dev cycles. So that's the big advantage. So we want to ship, we want to publish, we want to have something running by the end of the day that is useful, that is lovable powered, and definitely born on the continent, right? Okay. So are there any questions before I just show you an example of one I've done? Are there any questions?
You know,
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to confirm. I already have an account with Lovable. Is it an issue?
No, it's not an issue. It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you very much.
But just share when you're sharing, just use hashtag Lovable Africa, eh? Just
Okay,
use
sure, thank you.
hashtag Lovable Africa so that at least we can see the team in Sweden can actually see what you guys are doing, and then yeah, that'll be great. Yeah.
Okay, super, thank
Sure.
you.
Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so maybe let me ask a different question. Okay, so you are already using Lovable. What have you built? Eh? What have you built?
All right, hello.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, we can hear you.
I was working on two things actually. I was working on a website that was meant to solve some payment issues. I'm just still
Okay,
working on it. Uh, I'm still working on
nice.
it. Yeah.
Are you comfortable sharing to show us what it looks like?
Okay, sure. Let me try and share it then.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Yeah. Okay, please share so we can see if you're comfortable.
Okay, cool. Just give me a minute.
Mm.
Share.
So I'm just answering Kateule. No, everybody's building their own. We're not building as a group. We're building on our own. That's just a question in the chat.
Can you see my site, right?
I see that it's coming up, but I can't see it. Can anyone see it?
Or is this
No.
thing
Oh
slow?
yeah, I can see now. I can see
Yeah.
it. All right. Do you want to take us to in 2 minutes? What is going on here?
Let me do a preview first. I think I did two. I think I did two or three sites.
Okay. Wow. It's so easy that you can do two, three sites, right?
Yeah. This one. I remember this one was meant for making some payments.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah. So when you want to pay for something,
Uh-huh.
like for example in Zimbabwe, I'm in Zimbabwe actually. So I'm based
Oh,
in
nice.
Zimbabwe, right?
Zviri
Yeah. So when
kufamba.
you want,
Zviri bo.
yeah, zero everything. Don't tell
Nice.
Rashon. Yeah.
Ah, I'm Zimbo. Yes.
Oh. So, so, so
Okay,
basically,
continue.
so digital payments made easy. So what will happen is, as you know, we are using several platforms to make some payments, right? Like
Yes.
EcoCash, Impacts, etc., right? So, for
Nice.
example, if you make a payment, you can just come here, send payments here, the
Mm.
amount of money you pay, and the currency. Then
Nice.
you select. It's kind of like that. I believe this is one of the, if it is possible, it's going to be one of the best because it's not, we have several platforms that you can be using, right? Whereby
Ah,
you're using an application for FBC, or as FBC, whatever bank,
nice.
there is no one application that actually caters for entirely everything. So
Nice.
actually,
Nice.
trying to build this to cater for every platform to be in one place, right? As you can actually
Nice.
see here, the EcoCash, bank transfer, card payment, etc., right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
So
you
so the key
yeah,
is that you need to move fast, right? Because everybody's catching up to this vibe coding thing. So if a big corporate now has vibe coders that so you need to move fast and capture the market. That's important. Yeah. Nice. No, I like it. I like it. No, well done. Well done. That's amazing. A story for another day. Uh, you see EcoCash.
yeah,
Uh, I was a project owner for EcoCash when we created it. I used to work for a
really,
software development company called Pattern Match Technologies in Joburg here. And we
yeah.
ran EcoCash for a year before. Now it's being run by a company called Mahindra Conviva. But yeah, that was my project actually. Yeah. Anyway, that was back in the days. I don't know, many years ago. All right. No, that's perfect. I see Eckart, you've got your hand up. Uh, Do you want to tell us
Yeah.
more about what you're building?
I can stop sharing it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But well done, and move fast and make sure that you get to production as quickly as possible, eh? It's important.
Yeah. Thank you very much. How do I stop sharing here?
Yes. Hello,
Yes,
hello,
Eckert.
hello. Yeah, so I've played around with Lovable, and that's to just get my idea for the storybook up and running. So yeah, it was quite an insightful session that you gave us. So yeah.
Nice. And what LLMs are you using within your app? Are you using any AI?
I so most of it is AI,
Yeah,
just to get the idea out, because it is something that's not in the market. So it's hard to show to speak to someone who doesn't have a big imagination. So yeah.
interesting.
So it's a
Interesting.
lot of back and forth right now with me and Lovable.
Okay, so obviously, uh, with more use, you'll be able to actually pick up on the back and forth and how to minimize that, right? Because there are times where it feels like you're going in circles, but once you get it, you'll be able to move fast and make lots of progress. Okay, I see Adrian has got his hand up. Please go ahead.
Hey there, guys. So if you want, I can show you what I've designed
Please do. Please do.
on
Please do.
Lovable. I've been using Lovable for probably about a year now. I'd consider
Hmm.
myself an intermediate vibe coder. I don't come from a
Yeah.
coding background, but I've been working in the IT industry for about 12 years, so I know it pretty well.
Perfect.
Yeah, don't know if are you happy for me to show you?
You please do. Please do. We want to see. We want to see. Seeing is
Sure
believing,
thing.
remember. So before vibe coding, what languages were you working with?
No. I've never been a coder myself.
Oh,
So
you've never
I
been a
mean, I
coder. Oh, okay,
understand.
okay,
No,
okay.
I've never been a coder or a software
Nice,
developer. So I've actually just been in
nice.
IT sales most of my time. But I
All right.
understand coding. I understand the different languages. I can read it. I
Nice.
understand like JavaScript versus Python,
Yes.
etc. It's just, yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't spend the time going to go and code that stuff. If that
Nice,
makes sense.
nice, nice,
I'll
nice.
bring it up now. Just give me a moment while I sign in here.
Sure. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's good. I like the fact that you were not a hardcore coder and you're coming in and you're all in. That's the most important thing. Uh,
Well, yeah, I mean, besides Lovable, I'm using NA10 for workflow automation, etc. So
Amazing. I use that
I'm
a
kind
lot
of
as well.
all in. I'm kind of all in with all of these platforms. But yeah, definitely. Let me just bring up my.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
So
have you been
in
able to
fact, I'll
string?
show you
eh,
my website, and this is
Okay,
something
okay,
I did. Something I did very quickly. I'm still tweaking it. And I'll show you what that looks like now.
sure.
Where is my share screen? Uh, there we go. Let me know when it comes through.
Okay, it's coming through. It's coming through. Not yet. It's coming through. It just says Adrian has started sharing, but yeah, not yet.
I'm having some issues here. One second, guys.
Okay.
Let me just quickly. I don't know what's going
Can
on here.
anyone see? Because I just see that it says It's done
Has it come
sharing.
through on your side?
Not yet. Can anyone see it?
Oh no, we can't see it.
Sorry,
We
man.
can't see it.
Maybe just
Um,
stop the share and then start do it again. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to stop it now. 1 second. Stop sharing. Sure. Sorry, man. I don't know what's going on here.
It's okay. It's okay. No worries.
Typical, typical.
Yeah, a live demo.
As soon
That's
as
the
Zoom
risk.
starts, as soon as I start presenting on Zoom, it's the challenge with Zoom is it slows down my operating system massively. Yeah,
Mm.
I won't.
Or
I won't.
is the link is it live? Is it published? Maybe you could put the link in the
I've
chat
just clicked the
and
link
I
on
could
my
try.
email that you accepted. Yeah. I don't know why it's my screen's just hanging at the moment. I can't see. Yeah, when it doesn't allow me
Okay.
stop. Yeah, now it's closed program.
Yeah.
If possible, you send the link on the chat, then maybe you can actually visit the link.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. Say, okay, it stopped. Do you have the link? You can share it in the chat, and then we can share it from this side. Adrian, can you hear us? Or maybe it's frozen out, eh? Okay, is there anyone else who can go? Whilst Adrian is still fixing? Yes, Elijah, please go ahead.
Okay, sure. I would also like to share what I've done with Lovable.
Yes, please.
Sure. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Are you able to see my
Okay, we
screen?
see it. EduPlan Zambia.
Yes. So this is the system which like allows teachers to generate like lesson plans automatically to save time and to improve efficiency.
Nice.
Yes. So the teachers, they just need to go to this system. Yes. It's saying how it works. You enter your topic, you select your subject, and you generate the plan. So you just go here on generate the lesson plan.
Yeah.
Generate, and it
Yes.
says generate your lesson plan. Yes.
Nice,
So
nice.
there you select your grade. Only grade 10 is working for now. And there you select your subject. Let's say okay, let's say computer studies. Yes.
Yeah.
And here you enter the topic which you want the learners to learn, or which the learners are learning on that particular day. So you enter, okay, for example, yes, introduction to computer studies.
Yeah.
On this part, you enter the lesson objectives. Yes. Example, you can say want learners to learn how to use the computer.
Yep.
Yes. And then you select the teaching material which you want this content to be taken from. So here you can select the textbook, textbook, and the duration of that lesson. So here there are different durations such as 40 minutes, 80 minutes, which is the double period, and as forth. So I'm selecting a 40 minutes lesson.
Nice.
And I'm creating generate. And here it is. So it's an introduction to computer science. Lesson objectives, it's here. The introduction is there. The lesson development So once I have this, I can easily download the PDF document for me to print it out.
So
I
tell
just
me,
go
is
here.
this customized for Zambia?
Like I was just trying it out, but it's not like fully really customized. I was just
Okay.
trying out to
Okay.
see what Lovable can do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
So
just so I
so
go.
so it's important when you're creating these things, right? That
Yes.
you ground it
Yes.
in some ground truth. So that's why now elements like reg, I don't know if you've heard of retrieval augmented generation, where you go and take maybe the actual curriculum documents, and then those are your ground truth, and then you use those to be creative on top of that truth. But there is some ground truth of sorts. You get it?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just from there, then I place on the
Mm-hmm.
download button, and there it is. It's downloaded
Nice.
as the as the PDF. So I can just save it on my computer here.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. Save it as
Nice.
yes.
So
Sure.
are you looking for funding for this thing?
Really yet like to do my system analysis well, but there are
Elijah, let me tell you
yes,
something.
yes, sure.
In Silicon Valley, they can get funded without a project. You know that, just the idea, right?
Okay, sure.
So I think with us, and it's across the continent, we we want to get funded for what we actually have. I don't know if you understand what I mean, because that's the
Yes,
system that we're used to, right? But
yes,
nothing
yes.
stops you from actually looking for funding as you are building like that. You don't have to, you know, otherwise by the time you think it might be too late. So start now. Eh?
Okay, okay, okay.
I know
Sure, sure.
it's counterintuitive, but it's important that because for it to scale, right? If I get $1 million right now, and I am exploiting the same idea, I'll be able to execute at 100 times faster than you. You get it? So it's important that if you can, then try, yeah. Don't leave it for later. Yes, Adrian, I see you're back.
Sure, 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 sure.
Nice.
Hey guys, sorry man, I don't know what was happening there, but I can give you an idea of what I'm currently working on. Hopefully it will come through correctly.
Sure.
Um, so as I mentioned to you, I've been using Lovable for quite some time now. I absolutely
Mm.
love it, excuse the pun, but and I enjoy playing around with different ideas, etc., different concepts. As I said, I'm still
Hmm.
learning. I'm always learning because obviously there's new releases. But to give you an idea, I'm going to try and share the screen now. Just give me a moment. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully that comes through.
Okay, it's coming. Let's see if it arrives this time. Let's wait for it. Okay. Yeah, it's not arriving, eh?
Yeah, something's not quite happy here. But yeah, so anyway, I mean, without me, I don't know if you can see anything. If it's showing anything, just let me know.
Yeah, it's just saying Adrian has started sharing. That's what we're seeing last time, but yeah, but it never came through.
I don't know why it's going on here, but anyway,
Mm.
obviously I've learned a lot. Obviously during the time I built a couple of websites. I've actually got one customer project that I'm busy with,
Oh, nice.
where I'm
Nice.
building out a clothing, like an e-commerce clothing store for them.
Nice.
But to give you guys an idea, I mean, I, the learning curve of Lovable is quite unique, and I would recommend anybody who uses the platform to leverage the AI models that are out there, like Claude, ChatGPT,
Yes.
and or Gemini. I am also playing around with Google AI Studio quite a bit, so kind of
Yes.
looking at how the two platforms match up. But to give you guys some sort of idea, a lot of what you'll see Lovable doing, and a lot of guys that have created websites on Lovable, is very much a static platform. So very much static kind of information, where it is actually a lot more powerful than that. And to give you, I wish I could show you I wish I could show you what I've done, but it's got the capability to really build in dynamic features. So you can build in animations into it,
Yes.
and really make your website really stand out. And I'll post my website on, like I said, I'm still busy with it. There's still things
Yeah.
I'm tweaking.
Yeah.
To give you an
Yeah.
idea, I had an initial website which was rubbish, and then yesterday I spent about 3-4 hours building a new
Uh,
one with all the content that I needed, and I'm super stoked with it. So it gives you some sort of idea of the capability, just to spend like 3 or 4 hours going through putting something together, just to make
yeah.
sure that it aligns with what you kind of want to build. And that's what the capability it allows you to do, if that makes sense.
Nice. Nice. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Please share whatever you can share, and then we'll take it from there. Because yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, uh, it's a tool that will do whatever you want. I mean, I've done for a client where it's very data heavy, right? The compute side of things. So we're actually hosting on Google Cloud Platform, where we are
Yes,
running like what are called microservices. So it's
yes,
doing inference there, but then we're just using Lovable as the front end, you know. So literally you can do even your N8N, you can literally do workflows
yes,
within N8N, and then use
yes.
what's this? Lovable as the
Lovable, now
front end.
there's an MCP, N810 MCP
Yes,
that connects
yes.
directly into Lovable now, which
Into
is also
yeah,
again super powerful.
that's it.
Because yeah, I think that it gives you like that can manage a lot of your backend environment. So
That's
anything
it.
that you want backend environment
That's
and
it.
backend workflow operations, and like potentially building a chatbot into your website. That's a key feature that
That's it.
this can handle if you've got like an
Yes.
N810 chatbot in the backend.
That's it. So just MCP, it stands for Model Context Protocol. So it's like the API version of AI apps, so that they can communicate with each other. So now that's why you find even on Lovable, you can connect with Salesforce, with any other system as well. All right. Then anyone else who wants to show us what they've done, or maybe just any contributions? I know Katuele says, is it he or she did something in bold, right? So bold, lovable, same. Okay, Alexandra, I see your hand is up.
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Alexandra, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah,
Well,
great.
great. Thank you so much for the session. I've been looking forward to it. I'm a newbie to Lovable and Vibe coding. Obviously, used all the other LLMs and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And while you've been talking, I've just done something really basic, which is I work
Nice.
with unemployed youth. So I've done like what's called the pitch pocket.
You wanna show
To
us?
try.
You wanna show us, Alexandra?
Okay, you're currently on my iPad, but hold on a second. Okay, wait, I'll do it in a second. But I have a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
So number one, I mean, like maybe, and I don't, maybe there's some other newbies on the call. It sounds like you've got some really experienced guys here that could win a hackathon, in their sleep. But so for example, like with Claude, if you use Claude to do some coding and that, and you publish it, it becomes kind of part of the public domain. Is there?
Oh yes.
So if I do something in Lovable, does it become my creation? And if someone uses like now they're going to put in their company information to build a pitch or a sales document, where is that information stored, and is it private? I think that, because I think there's so much to this data thing. Then obviously you only get like 5 credits on the free version. So obviously everyone's saying, I used Gemini now to help me with the prompt and the PRD because I learned a new acronym today.
So
but obviously there's some issues now because I can see it's taken one of the questions and just copied and pasted it as in between the sales documents, and it's obviously not going to read well. It's going to look stupid if someone has mistakes in their document.
So
am I making sense?
Yes. No, you're making sense quite a lot. I use Claude quite a lot, and I know that publish one where if you publish, then it's in the public domain. I hate it so much.
I know.
So basically, with Lovable, first of all, you can actually take I don't know, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So you see, you can even take your code and sync it in GitHub such that you can actually store it in your GitHub as a private repository. You can do that.
Okay.
So that means you can take your code if you want to. And then secondly, you can actually make it private such that it's your own workspace. Like when you're publishing here, you can actually say, okay, I want it to be like who can access the data? Is it just workspace or anyone? Make it private or stuff like that, right? And you've got so many settings as well. When you go to the settings, where are the settings? If I go to the settings here, you can actually see that. So like project visibility, right? How do I want it to be, So I can actually change the visibility here. I can even hide the Lovable badge, but obviously I think this is on the paid version. And then, that's the remixing I was talking about. You can transfer it to a different workspace and that kind of thing. So definitely it's not the same as Claude. Here you can literally own your data, and you can also transport it to other. Say for example, you want to go to Bolt from thing, you can actually do it. I don't know the quality of the transfer, how it is, because I've never actually moved from Lovable to anywhere else except GitHub. So this is a one I'm working for a client. So here it's very analytics heavy in the background. So I have sandboxes within that you can actually use. Let's see if I can show one or two. I hate what you call this demos. Everything goes wrong in a demo.
It's
Right.
okay.
So you see, like I've got sandboxes here where I can
Yeah.
even run. I'm running different different LLMs within the same one, so people can actually
Oh, I
practice their
see.
prompting.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
they actually can put in their prompt, get their, and then the learning platform. I've got a learning platform as well. See, I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, so there's quite a lot that you can do. I see
Yeah.
Lindy as a hand up. Lindy, do you want to go? Thanks, Alexandra. All the best, and please show us if
Thank
you
you.
can what you've been working on, eh?
I've moved to my computer, so I can show you after Lindy if you want.
Okay. After Lindy, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Lindy.
So before you have a question.
Greetings, everyone. So firstly, I just want to mention how I'm really enjoying the session. It's been very insightful. So I just want to share something I also prompted just a few minutes ago during our session.
Yes, please. We want to see those.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. We can hear you clearly.
Okay. So as I'm trying to share the screen, I just want to explain what it is. So basically, you know how we are all excited about Lovable and what we can do with it. I think one thing we are all forgetting is that not everyone has got this opportunity, much especially in Africa, right? We're talking about digital access and inclusivity, because right now digital access is still a privilege in Africa, and yet it is a human right. So basically, I'm coming up with a model. And in this model, what I'm suggesting is we have, is my screen visible?
It's coming up. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we can see it. Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So, like I was mentioning earlier, what I'm suggesting is I'm coming up with a model. We're using financial inclusion to digital access, right? And I'm calling this Mashaleni. So Mashaleni is just a Silozi term that means money.
Okay.
So you know how money empowers action? Financial inclusion will empower digital access. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm from Zambia. And Mashaleni can work anywhere, right? It can work anywhere over the continent. Oh, Nene Bueno, Muribwanji. Wow, you are so multilingual. That is so nice. Okay, so I know it's generated pandemic data right now. So basically, the whole point is offering microloans in urban areas, right? And then a significant percentage of those proceeds will be channeled to digital access in remote areas and underserved areas, right? So we can have something like, transforming Africa one loan at a time. Right now, like I mentioned again, digital access is a human right and not a privilege.
Yes.
So how Mashaleni works is you sign up, right? And then you apply for a loan, you get approved. So when you repay that loan, you are not just repaying a loan, right? You are repaying to make impact, right?
That's it.
So it's not like your traditional lending platforms. This is just a sustainable model, because again, I feel it is a bit not okay every now and then you have back to ask for funds and grants and whatnot. So when they fund it once, and for all, and then thereon it can sustain itself.
Nice,
right?
nice.
So yeah.
Nice,
about
nice.
Mashaleni.
No, that's that Mashaleni.
Thank you.
So in Shona, in Zim, you replace the L with the R. It's Mashereni. Shereni, it means money as well.
Oh, Masharin, and it's the same thing. Wow.
Yes.
So that just shows the.
And
I'm so happy to hear that.
It comes from shillings, you know that, right?
Yes, it comes from shilling, it does, and shilling means money. So, like I said, this thing is for Africa. So even the name has to be something that speaks Africa.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Lindy. Okay, Alexandra, you want to show us what you've been working on?
Okay, no problem. 1 second. Let's this is quite nerve-wracking, actually. I think that will work. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, well, I mean, it's just very simple. I used it's for a youth project anyway. So let's say I'm in software development, and my client's problem is they want to develop an app that can answer calls. Okay, my deliverable is develop the chat bot. Okay, generate the proposal. So obviously I have to move down, and then it comes up with a pitch.
Nice, nice.
But you can see here it says I can help develop the chatbot. I guess I've got to now go back and just refine it and that.
Refine it. Nice.
Then they can copy the pitch and put it into their documentation, what pricing they must put in their pricing, and then some terms and conditions on their payment, and they can put that in, and that's basically it.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's a good start, eh? Well done, well done. So So I can't wait to see the iterations to see how it shapes up, eh?
Well, maybe we
Mm,
can chat actually regarding your introduction when you said looking at other options. But yeah, anyway,
mm.
I've never used Lovable. It's pretty easy. It's
Pretty
now just
easy.
understanding some of the lingo, I think, that you and the other guy was talking
That's it.
about. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
so much for
And
the opportunity.
you don't have to pay anyone to get the lingo. Uh, I can assure you if you go on YouTube, or even just by prompting and asking the thing. So there's a little superpower as well. I don't know if you see the little chat over there, the chat
Where?
button.
At the
There by
bottom.
the to the left at the bottom. You see where
Oh,
it
there,
says
yeah, yeah,
add?
yeah. I see it, yeah.
Yes. So
There,
sometimes
this
if you
part.
want more details to say, okay, come, give me more details, or you want to ask questions, but you don't want to necessarily change the app, you can actually go into chat mode and then just ask questions. It's just a discussion between you and the app, and you can even ask it to come up with a plan for you. You can even ask it to say, okay, is this thing production ready? What do I still need to do? Give me phases as to from here. What's the roadmap until I get to production? Like, that kind of thing. So yeah. So chat
Okay.
is quite a superpower as well.
So then, just another question in the sense of, I mean, like I think Lindy raised a really important aspect here in terms of accessibility across the African continent that you're trying to also solve. I mean, 5 credits doesn't really get you a lot, I guess.
A lot,
So,
yeah.
um, obviously this is something that still got 3.3 credits remaining.
Yeah.
Um, is that something that you are going to take back to Lovable in terms of potential opportunities, especially for young people that don't have access? Because I kind of feel like there's a subscription addiction at the moment between
Yes.
how even ChatGPT is limited its free version now and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something I wanted to raise.
So that's the question that I asked them. The first question I asked them when we started talking. And obviously, like right now, this session is literally a POC to show that we can actually, there are people that are actually interested. So when 155 people registered, they were quite happy, and it shows that there's traction. So it's going to inform the discussions going forward. But otherwise, things like credits and stuff like that, uh, it's there. Obviously, they have to come up with a criteria that makes sense for them. I won't be able to tell you what it is. And then once that criteria has been set, you guys, I've got your details, you're in the loop, and then we push. But yeah, but also just make sure that you when you post, like for example, like the CEO Anton, he's so active on Twitter. So when you create something in Lovable, tag him. He usually responds. Yeah. So that's the other way as well. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, as a collective, we're looking at something where um, there will be credits of sorts. Yeah. I mean, that's the model that all of them use. Look at Google. Google gives you credits for cloud, AWS, Azure, Microsoft, and stuff like that. So it's almost the same play that they'll do eventually. Yeah.
No, but thanks. It's been very informative, and you've helped me cross that element of fear that it's really complicated. So it's all good. Thanks.
Nice. I appreciate it. Yes, I see Linda. It's got a hand up. Linda, please go ahead.
Hi guys, I hope everyone is well. I'm a
We good.
product designer from South Africa, and as part of one of my side gigs, I've been trying to build a online platform for specifically accountant and auditing students and young professionals that want to develop in their careers.
Great.
So, I used to be a front-end developer before I became a product designer,
Mm,
but those skills are no longer as sharp as they used to be. So I've been looking for a tool that can help me build a full stack platform. And so
nice.
yeah, I've been shopping around. Um, I've looked at Bolt.
Uh-huh.
I've also checked out the AI capabilities that VS Code has,
Yes.
and they all seem like to work. But like I think the one that I've seen has the easiest user experience is Lovable. The fact that
Nice.
you only just have to use a chat interface to communicate with the models is pretty cool. You don't have to
Nice.
know any you don't have to be technical. It's
Yes.
very easy.
Yes.
So I copied the prompt that I use on one of the other platforms and I pasted it on the Lovable app, and it's actually
Nice.
created something good. I'm very impressed with the output.
Nice. Nice.
I'm
No, that's
looking forward
amazing,
to
eh?
using it some more.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. Please do share with us when you've got your thing going. I think that's the best thing. That when when you're done, at least you have people that can give feedback, literally. So I think people are willing to share their expertise, say, okay, you know what, Linda, this looks good. Have you thought of kind of thing. So yeah. So all the best, man. All the best.
I think I think you mentioned that you've also worked on an education platform.
Yes, 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 yes. So I've worked one for the big red bank. Yeah. So for their whole marketing department. So that one was quite, I didn't do it in the same way that you would do like a normal learning management system. Um, but it's more experiential where concepts, people are actually doing things. So if we're saying, okay, we're doing an SMS message, I actually have a sandbox where they can actually do SMS and then they are rated and then they're corrected. And they, obviously there's certain pre-parameters that I put in there like compliance, clarity, what, all that kind of stuff. Popia, all those things that are required when a bank is communicating to a client. So we're across email, even their social media and stuff like that. So yeah. So it's very experiential, very hands-on learning more than
It
me
seems like it's very
having,
practical.
yes, I didn't put any videos to watch or whatever. It was just doing stuff, yeah.
Now I'll make sure to check it out. It sounds very interesting. It seems
Mm.
like you are the right person to talk to if I'm trying to get into something like this. Thank you very much.
Sure, sure. Thanks, eh? All right. Who else has feedback for us? Anyone who's tried anything, even if it's really basic. We want to see. We want to hear your perspective. Anyone? Oh, Lloyd. I see Lloyd. Lloyd raised the hand. Please go ahead. Lloyd,
No,
you can
hi.
go ahead. Hey, how are you?
No, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. So I also wanted to share something that I've been working on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let me just share my screen. Is it
It's
coming up?
coming up. Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. So this is an idea that came from school. We actually worked on this as a final year research.
Nice.
But the final thing that we developed was just a simple HTML thing connected to an AI model. So we trained an AI model that is able to
Oh,
detect and classify roads for portals.
oh,
So
nice.
so I thought of using Lovable to see what it can create, like a proper interface.
Nice. This looks
Yeah,
good.
so this is what it did. So I was
Oh,
doing this while the session was going on. So I never had
nice.
anything to do.
Nice.
So
So
it's
so so are you using Python for your AI models?
yeah, we use Python.
Python, what is that? Vision, what is it? The vision thing? Open something, what is
Yeah,
it?
we use Jolo.
Oh, Jolo. Okay, Jolo. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So for you now to be able to connect, like you see this front end.
Yes.
So you'll be able to connect it to Python through a microservice. or you can use platforms like Render and all that. They can actually do it for you. I've done one where I was crunching in R, and then another one I was crunching in Python, but I connected this as the front end. So yes, it can be done, and yeah, it's good. It's good. It's better than the HTML one page, eh?
Yeah, it was just because this thing has got it's supposed to be meant for road monitoring entities. So
Wow,
it's supposed to be a proper app whereby people log in and authenticate, but with just
that's it.
one page. So for our final implementation, it was just landing on the same map. So once you upload your image, and then it's it gets the location, and then it will get the marker which will be pinpointed on the map. So it was just
Nice.
direct. So,
Oh
so it
yes.
was just a simple
Yes, I
implementation,
see
but peaceful.
Mapbox there as well. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mapbox is good. It's good for that as well. Nice. No, this is good, eh? This is good. So, are you going to commercialize this, or what's your plan? Obviously because it was research based, eh?
No, we kickstarted the process of trying to push this. Yeah, so
Nice.
we're talking to relevant people that can make use
Nice.
of this platform.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. No, all the best. I like it. This is an example of actually bringing a research to life, you know? For example, like in education, there's something you call what maybe learning by doing, right? You can actually now take a research paper on learning by doing and operationalize it. So now a research paper doesn't have to sit in the library and rot, where you know that you and your supervisor are the only ones that are going to read it. But this time around, you bring it to life and it actually solves the problem. So I love this. I love the fact that it's research based, which is something that we're lacking quite a lot in Africa. So well done, man. Well done.
Yeah, so I don't know if in future Lovable can set up things like student communities or something like that to help people.
You know, you can what I don't know. There's this song. I don't know. I don't know if you people are hip hop people. There's a song by T.I. that says, "You can have whatever you like. Hey, you can have whatever." You
Yeah,
know what, dude?
I know that.
Whatever you
I know the
like,
song.
whatever like with AI, it's about you and your creativity. There are no bounds. If you think, okay, let me come up with a unicorn that has three legs, yeah, you can create that thing, you know? So don't be bound by any rules. There are no rules. I hope that helps.
Partly it does. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, is there anyone else? Yes, Butle. I see you, Butle. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just joined like an hour ago on Lovable, and
Nice.
I created an app to track my plants, like from seeds to germination to
Wow.
harvest.
Please share with us. We want to see. We want to see. We want to see.
It's super brain. I can't even edit it right now, but there is something on the screen.
No, let's see. It's fine. Let's see. Let's see what it is, you know?
It's on another device. So,
Okay. Okay. If that's your escape, it's fine. All right. But how was the experience though? Like are you a developer, or you're totally coming in as a non-technical person? Tell me more.
eh, I'm mostly a non-technical person. I've tried R, I've tried
Okay.
Python, but I didn't use any of that. I just typed
Uh,
what I wanted Lovable to do, and it did it.
nice,
Um,
nice. Oh, that's good. That's good. No, well done, well done, well done. Thanks, Putle. Eh? See ya. I see you there.
Hey, how's it? How's
I'm all
everyone?
right. I'm all right. Are you well?
I'm well. I'm well. I'm a non-technical person frustrated by technical people. So I think that's why I'm here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lack of creativity and the lack of how can I call it urgency sometimes forces you to kind of
Yeah.
get on with things, you know. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a non-technical person, but
Hmm.
I'm a founder
Nice.
who has built a couple of things over the years. But the current project that I'm busy with is in the fintech space.
Nice.
So it's a version of buy now, pay later, but
All right.
we call it cook now, pay later for informal kitchens
Wow.
that are in townships and in busy transport nodes. We currently in Bree, taxi rank, which is one of the busiest in the Southern Hemisphere. And we are kind of building out our value proposition in various taxi ranks. And funny enough, I mean, only now we're kind of working backwards to build a website. We've
Oh,
been
nice.
working on WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been executing orders on WhatsApp.
That's it.
And yeah, and we've done some integrations within WhatsApp to be able to order, track that kind of stuff. We're using another tool, an e-commerce tool that actually
Nice.
syncs to WhatsApp because our customers actually live on WhatsApp.
Ah.
And there is no need for a fully fledged website for them, but
Mm,
obviously
mm.
investor community and everyone is looking for that to say we can't find you. What's happening?
Yeah.
Where are
What's
you? You
happening?
know, type of thing.
Yeah.
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 So yeah. I mean, I've given it a stab, and maybe I can share. And
Sure, sure,
yeah.
sure. Please share. Yeah. I in the if you check in the chat as well, I just added Mzansi Fist. That's the friend of mine who's a chef that I added. Okay, anyway, let's see. Let's see. Ikishi. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
All
So
right.
taken from kitchen, but informally it's called ikishi, which
Nice.
is basically kitchen. So next year we're going to be running a campaign where the tagline is saying we said yes. So
Mm.
when banks and DFIs and everyone said no, we're not going to give you
Yes.
credit because you are informal, we said yes.
Wow.
And basically, it's a cook now and pay later.
Mm.
And we it's basically credit for the informal sector,
Amazing.
but mixed with a bit of supply chain
That's
and
it.
digital
Ah.
tools for the guys to be able to see what's happening in terms of their own business. But our core
Yo,
business is
I
providing
wanna I
credit.
wanna invest. I wanna invest.
You can because we've got some
I'm t
traction going. I mean,
I am telling you.
we already have some monthly numbers that we're reporting. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, we work backwards. We
Yeah.
actually went to solve the problem. Now we're building the rest of the stuff that is,
Mm.
nice for the investor
Nice.
community and that
Nice.
and that type of stuff. So, yeah, I'm in love with the platform because I spun this
Mm.
out like in the last hour we were
Nice.
talking, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah.
it
Nice.
because I
Nice.
guess I knew exactly what I wanted,
What you
so it
wanted.
made
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it made it easy to actually build it. Like you
That's it.
said, the quality of the input will
Yeah.
actually determine the output of it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean. But like the other lady has added, I think 5 credits is not enough.
Mm.
For builders, we need more.
Yes, definitely.
We need more because we want to tweak things, you want to change, you want this, you want that. I think there has to be more. So they
Yeah.
have to find a way.
No, definitely. I mean, that's the play. Definitely, I can assure you that five credits are not enough. 5 credits is just for you to taste, literally. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But you know
yeah.
what?
So, because the next credits that I'm going to be
Mm.
working on is integrating all of this to WhatsApp.
To
To
WhatsApp.
say
Yeah.
how do I turn all of this into chunk size for my customers
That's it.
that would be interested to viewing this. Yeah,
And it's
and that's
quite,
my
it's
story.
not difficult to integrate what's up there. Eh? So
Yeah.
you can chat your way through and you'll be shocked. In no time you'll have a WhatsApp integration. So besides the website itself, your business model, it's so proper. It's I can see your IDCs, your what funding your project. It's solving a real problem. That's why I was like, real
Yeah.
problems. This one, it's a winner. Like I know winners when I see them, by the way. Yeah.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. But funny enough, DFIs and banks, they talk a good game when it comes to real issues. To find someone who doesn't have a bank statement and who doesn't have a track record like you want them to have it, to find alternative data to a problem set it's new thinking, and I think we
Yeah.
need to help them along in terms of just like you are teaching them AI. I think
Yeah.
they need to be taught as to the world that we live in is different from a picture perfect kind of environment, especially when
True.
you're talking banking and
Yeah.
credit. It needs to be different. It needs to be applicable to what's happening on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely. I mean, there's always a disconnect, but you're solving a real life problem where that's where I was talking about the offline, online to say, in as much as you've got an online solution, but it's gotta have impact on the ground. And this one, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to see the type of impact and I can see the type of person that can actually be helped by this kind of thing, you know? And it's not a pure technology, it's a fintech actually, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a financial and digital access. Okay, is there anyone else who wants to go? Kateula. Okay, she came out. I think she's coming back. Anyone else? Anyone who hasn't spoken who wants to go? Sibulelo. Bulela. Sibulela, you can bulela. Thank you.
Hi, it's Bulelo.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, and how are you?
I'm all right. No, thank you very much. Yeah. What do you have in store for us today?
Okay, so I'm originally not from tech. I don't have a tech
Mm-hmm.
background. I am in the cleaning industry space. So
Nice.
currently we do offer like cleaning services, but now I've discovered a gap where you'd find that I'd be looking for cleaners, even if it's not just for me, but maybe for other companies that would reach out, looking for cleaners,
Mm.
and I would get like quite a number of people that want to apply, even if we're just looking for one or two people, and I'd be sitting with like a database. Okay, like now, for instance, on my
Mm.
WhatsApp, I'm sitting with a database of almost like over 400 people looking for jobs every day. This is now in the cleaning space. But now I discovered, like maybe I can start something within like building a platform where people can just register to be on the database, and if a company is looking for like like okay, so I've started something called Gig Match. So now this is now matching people onto gigs, because I think one of our struggles in our country is finding like permanent
Mm.
employment. So how about I create something that is just strictly for gigs? So if you are looking for a
Nice.
cleaner too, you are able to
Nice.
go into the platform, and then you mitigate and decide
Nice.
pay each other. But so let me just show you what I've built.
Okay.
So
Okay. We love to see products.
sharing,
Uh-huh.
let's just see quickly. Okay. Open system. Do I say open system settings? I think so. Not. Is it sharing on the other side?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, just a sec. Let's say deny. Let's try again. Google Chrome unknown. So where do I go here? Let's try this one. Share. Allow Zoom workspace to share screen, open system settings. Okay, I don't think it's allowing me. Sign in, let's say sign in.
Okay.
That guys, Gmail. Is it sharing?
Not yet. Have you already published it? Like you could share the link. You can share the link in the chat.
Okay, let me just copy the link. So, I haven't published it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's still, yeah.
I need to publish it.
Okay, just try figure it out. We can always come back to you. Whilst you're still trying to show us. Let's see if there's anyone else who has something to show us or something to say. Otherwise, if there's no one, I just want to come up with a list, right? Where to say, okay, what are the top 5 things? I know the first one is credits. So that when I give feedback to Lovable, I'm saying, okay, the people are saying, right? So credits is the first one. What else, from a user perspective that you've experienced to say, okay, we love this or we don't, or please, consider this. Anything? Any feedback to Lovable?
You've got some hands up.
Oh, when these old hands. Okay. If you've got your hand up, yeah, Lloyd.
I think what I wanted to say has already been said. Maybe it's just to echo, and maybe they should improve, give us more prompts.
Oh yeah, that's the big one. Yeah. Okay, tutorials for non-technical people. Yeah. Okay. There are quite a number on YouTube, eh? I would just use YouTube, unless you want certificates, eh? Okay, maybe certificates, maybe. Okay, cool. Yes, see ya.
Lovable meetups with free drinks. Thank you.
Lovable meetups with free drinks. Yeah. Yeah, free drinks. I put free drinks in capital letters. Yes.
Build the community. Build
That's
it.
it. That's it. Yeah. Nice. Okay. That can be done. Yes.
Some of us be in
Eh?
Cape Town. Very unfair because some of us be in Cape Town. Like
We can always have a Cape Town one and yeah. Yeah.
You meant to
Around
say
the
you are
city.
in Europe. You are in Europe, Spule.
sort of.
Yeah. Little Europe, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like a foreigner when I go to Cape Town. But anyway, let's. Okay, Lindy, let's go.
My I think they should just like be on the lookout for our posts on social media on
Yes.
the session that we had and the projects we're working on.
Yes. So please use the hashtag Lovable Africa, hey? Use that and then also just at Lovable to actually just take them as well. Yeah. That helps. That helps us to show momentum so that we can get our free drinks. Thanks. Who's next? Andrew, please go ahead.
Hi, I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you. How are you doing?
Okay, great. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great. No complaints.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So apart from them increasing our tokens, what are we calling them? Just a second.
Credits,
Yeah,
tokens,
I wanted credits. Yeah, credits. I wanted to find out about the database. I know in the beginning you talked about the super base. Yes. Then you mentioned RAG at some point. So
yes,
I wanted to know how we can integrate, like in my case, there's something I'm working on where I'm getting PDFs and creating more like a database. Like that's a corpus where information is being
yes,
stored. But
yes.
how I can have, an app that will be reading from that and then generating feedback based on the content of that PDF
That's it.
document. So I've been
Yes,
working with personalized GPTs.
yes.
It's working quite okay, but
Oh, the
what I
GPTs.
want to
Okay, okay.
launch,
Oh, you created GPTs.
yes, but what I want to launch
Okay,
is a
it's an app.
proper interface, a proper app that someone can log in and then, track their progress as they're going, and then also be graded properly and the like. But
Yeah.
I would like to use Lovable for that, if at all I have the option to have the interface working with the database that
Yes.
I'm working with. Yeah.
So you can because the problem with GPT, like you said, is within ChatGPT, and also you find basically a GPT is just a packaged prompt, literally like a template.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
there's not much you can do with it. So now within Lovable, you can actually say, okay, for context, you can upload PDFs. They'll be stored in the vector database. That's why I mentioned the vector database, because it can store PDFs, it can store videos, but obviously you don't want to store videos as much as possible, because it's hectic, it's heavy. So it can store any form of data. Like that's why it's multimodal. So I've actually created for a media agency. I've created a way I'm using RAG, where my ground truth is their documentation, the campaigns they've run, everything, their brand tonality, and they've got their secret sauce and all that. So that is whatever is produced on the whole platform is based on that. So it could be akin to, there's something called a system prompt. I don't know if you know what a system prompt is. If you Google
Maybe
it,
you
you'll
can
see
just
that.
explain deep.
So
Okay.
it's like a master prompt where everything, okay, like for example, ChatGPT, right? OpenAI is a master prompt that they have, a master prompt where literally whatever we are doing on top of ChatGPT, if it's not within the prompt that they have, the master prompt, you can't do it. So we can only operate within the confines of the system prompt. So think of it as almost like a BIOS, the computers, like a computer BIOS. You cannot do anything outside the confines of the BIOS. So that's important that when you're creating your app, have that master prompt which governs everything that happens on the prompt. I mean, on the web app. And then if you want to change, then you can only change the master prompt to widen the use cases. But otherwise, Superbase is one. But if it fails you, then you also have the freedom of taking your code and using it with other databases as well. So I know some people use Pinecoin. I don't know if you know Pinecoin. I've used Pinecoin with okay, Pinecoin. That's another database that is compatible with Lovable as well. So it's a vector database, so it's good for AI as well. So yeah, but it's achievable. Just play around with it, and you'll be happy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. So I'll work on it, and then I hope I get a chance to actually show you what I'll have at the end of the
Yeah, we'll
the
have more of
project.
this. So if you attend, yes, definitely. Nice.
All right, thank you.
All right, cheers, eh? Yes, I can see your name. It just says T.
Yeah, it's Tawanda, by the way.
Oh, it's Tawanda.
Yeah.
Eh? Okay, Tawanda, please go ahead.
So, our previous speaker was lighting something in relation to PTF, right? I guess you can also try using AnyFlip. Can you also integrate AnyFlip within Lovable websites?
I've never used any flip. You just type it for me there. I've never heard of it.
Any flip. I think I saw someone who normally
Okay,
writes
I've never
to.
used that one. Okay, I've never used that. What is AnyFlip?
I think it's a website basically where you can actually put your books, and then someone can read through it, flipping like as if you're flipping a page.
Oh, those flip books, those ones.
Yeah,
But then
very
he
easy.
wants an app that he controls. You get it?
I
He
mean,
wants an
yes,
app.
using Lovable, right? So you can just
Yeah.
put the on any flip, then integrate that on Lovable.
Oh, then integrate into. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's a plan. That's a plan actually. Thanks, Tawanda. That's a plan where you've got a remote storage for your what you call this for your PDFs, and then you integrate them into Lovable. Then use them from there. Okay, that's a plan. Yeah, I've never used it, so I don't have much to say about it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask something. I saw your
Yes.
site is very beautiful. So how do you actually put those or integrate those other things? Like for example, when you want to create a management system, the backend using Lovable, which one do you integrate? Except for Superbase, what other things do you put in there?
So So,
I
so,
saw you.
so, so you know
Yeah.
what? The thing is, there are quite a number of things that I've joined in there. So Superbase has got something called edge functions, right? And those edge functions, I can literally join other I've got so many things that are not within Superbase that are coming in and integrating. Like the example I was talking to Adrian about the way N8N coming into it's via the edge functions in Superbase. That's how it's, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
because you won't be able to do everything natively within Superbase. Because, for example, let's say there's some machine learning algorithms I wanted to run, but you find now the edge functions within Superbase are very JavaScript type. They're very simplistic, of which I want to use my machine learning from Python, right? So that's why now I have to use those microservices to join in and stuff like that. So it just depends on the use case, what is optimal, what is not. Yeah.
Like for example, a very simple example is let's say you're running a school management system, right? Whereby you
Mm,
have students, you have teachers on the other side, then you have the
mm.
administration side, right? Whereby you're permitting this one is not supposed to view this and all that kind of stuff.
That you can do within Lovable because there you're just setting rule. They're called RLS, right? Where role based whatever permissions, literally, and that's easy. That you can do. You can even put in the chat to say the student should not see this, but tell it it will do it for you. That's easy. Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Sure. A student management system, it's easy to do in Lovable. It's all about your prompt, that's all. And obviously the subsequent prompting as well.
Super, thank you very much.
Sure. Is there anyone else? Oh, Mukelwe.
Oh, why am I being pulled out?
Oh, I thought you were saying something because yeah, your mic was on, eh? How are you?
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
I'm still
It's
building
okay.
on the app. I'm
Oh
okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Are you still building?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. What are you building? Just tell us what you're building.
So my idea was a health tech app, essentially just because okay, the problem I identified was is it the young women.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we lost you for a bit there.
Sorry, I was saying young women in Africa kind of not knowing a whole lot about their menstrual cycle. So this app is a platform where they get like a Q&A interface for some
Nice.
questions that they might be like nervous to ask their parents or whatever. But also it would like allow you for log your mood so that they can also like link their moods to the cycle and all. Just education around it essentially. In one
Nice,
plan.
nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I know an app called Flow. Do you know Flow?
I do know Flow.
So tell me, if I was to compare what you're thinking and flow, or what's the major difference?
I think here it would be the ability to ask questions and get expertise within our context. So it would be African specific because I don't know, it feels we have access to different medicines and just things like that also. So it would be very much African focused.
African, yes,
Yes, and the
Okay.
Q&As and yeah, just basically context would be the differentiating factor.
Nice, nice. Yeah, no, so I'm gonna be, I don't know, where are you based? Are you in South Africa?
South Africa, yes.
Okay, perfect. So my example will work. You know Randall from Idols?
Yes.
I'm gonna be Randall. Can I be Randall?
Okay.
Okay. No, don't worry, a nicer Randall. Okay, so earlier on in the discussion, I was actually saying knowledge used to be an output, but now knowledge is an input because knowledge is now a commodity technically. So, in as much as obviously there's curation of the knowledge for African context and stuff like that, but the end goal should never be knowledge. Should be what do you do with how do you operationalize the knowledge such that it's got impact? So, I'm going to challenge you to try think of a better flow, but for Africa. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
And then you can check for inspiration. There's a lady who started something called Zoe Health. You know Zoe Health?
I haven't heard of it, no.
Zoe Health. Yeah, she's from Cape Town. So she also is doing quite well funded. But now she's even gone into product as well, right? And she says she's integrating with your clicks, with your what. So there's some vertical integration of sorts. So maybe that's where the gold is. You know, you never know. It's a
Yeah.
hypothesis, right? So I'm just saying, yeah, just beyond the Q&A, because I used to run a Q&A platform. That's why I'm like, please don't do Q&A only, you know? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool, cool. All right. We look forward to seeing what you're building. Uh, we love builders. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? What are you building? Anyone else? Who hasn't spoken? Sepo, I haven't heard you. George, Mdudusi, Vanessa, Refilwe. Anyone who wants to go? Even in an idea.
I left a question on the comment section.
Okay. Who's speaking by the way?
I
Sorry.
came via Mateva's story. I can see she's online here. I came via your wife's story. I dropped a question.
A question. Okay, let's see. Vanessa, where is the question? Okay, there. Okay, so Vanessa's question says, hello everyone, I'm a novice. Okay, we are all novices here. Open to learning, found the link via an Instagram story. I've attempted to build something using Replicate, but ran out of credit. Oh yeah, it's the same story that everybody's crying here about credit, right? But ran out of credit before I could even launch it. Where can I watch good tutorials to learn how to build with Lovable? So you find, I mean, I always recommend just go on the Lovable YouTube channel and other creators. It's super simple to create with Lovable. I think the biggest headache that everybody's been talking about is the fact that the credits obviously the 5 that you get at the start, it's almost like just for you to taste. And then beyond that, it's quite tough because you have to keep, and it can become expensive over time if you keep prompting and, you know, yeah. Yeah. So that could be an issue. But otherwise, from a perspective of I am non-technical, I'm a novice, Lovable is plug and play. You can literally uh, start going, and they've even made it so easy that you don't even know what database you're using. You don't even need to know much. You can integrate with the different large language models. So the idea is your creativity. So, like I was saying to everybody else, just create something no matter how rudimentary it is, tag lovable on social media. Just put lovable Africa, hashtag lovable Africa, because we are talking to them to say, okay, we've got lots of people that are interested, but obviously the biggest hurdle is credits. So hopefully we'll be able to reach some agreement. But they are very open, they are very excited, and yeah, we'll find each other. Yes, Kateole. You can go ahead, Kateole. Oh, you just unmuted. Okay. All right. Is there anybody else? Or I think we'll be done. We don't have to be here until 6 because we've done a lot. We've seen what people are doing. And oh yes, Matebe. Do you have anything to say?
I don't have much to say except that I'm very excited and I hope this is not the last session. Thank you. I hope there's going to be a
Okay.
second session.
Nice. Yes. And tell me, okay, so I'm gonna ask a different perspective, right? Because I gave an overview of Lovable and how they are literally growing exponentially. But you work for a Swedish company, and your office is not too far from the Lovable office. So tell me, what's in the water in Sweden, so much that their unicorns per capita is the highest in the world. What is it that they do? What is it they're doing there that we're not doing down here?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I think in general, the Swedish are very open-minded, and so they're very keen on experimentation. And then secondly, very, very intense rigor in terms of just how they approach everything. I mean, I'm at Truecaller right now. I've just come out of a session, and that's why I'm a bit late. And just the amount of rigor and data that is applied to a platform business or even a startup is unbelievable. So, and I think that is really the secret recipe. So, if you look at even just outside of Sweden, so Sweden is the second largest place or country with with unicorns by capita or per capita. The other place is obviously the United States, and the key commonality amongst the both of them is just the ability to apply rigor and data. So everything is very much data led and measured and but also behavioral. So there's those two things that come together. That's why I think it works. That's my hypothesis. But I'm sure I can come up with something deeper in the next session.
No, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And then last, before you go, I'm gonna put you on the spot, but I'll pay the price afterwards. It's fine. Okay, so you've been funding entrepreneurs for a long, long time, as a VC, DFI, and stuff like that, right? And now that the the hurdle, what do you call it? The entry to software development has been lowered with vibe coding, and knowledge is now commonplace. What would differentiate such that you'd be able to fund some of these entrepreneurs that are on the call today? Like what can they do to stand out?
So the very first thing is what I said earlier. Behavior and psychology and understanding people is going to be super, super, super important. So, for example, I heard you earlier saying there's already a Flow app. So, I can't remember who it was, but basically they said that they would have the nuance that is related to like the medicines we take and lifestyle that matters. So, context, lifestyle, psychology, behavior is going to be super a differentiator. The technical pieces, not so much. So if you look at, for example, Gemini versus ChatGPT versus Claude, they all have the same sort of user interfaces. And in fact, I tested all three from a response perspective, all very smart, all very similar. But I think the key thing that differentiates them is definitely going to be about how they start to apply certain behavioral characteristics, as well as tapping into localization of your context, and then being able to find many other places where that context applies, or where that problem is that you're solving applies, but you're able to localize wherever you go. So behavior is going to be the super key thing. Understanding human beings is going to be the superpower. So it's less about the technology, what the technology can do, but it's more about understanding what drives a certain behavior. So for example, for us at Truecaller, it's really about, for example, if we have a user in South Africa, why is it that they're buying premium? You know, do they buy it because they feel safe? Do they buy it because they want to stand out? Why is it that others are not buying it? Are they not buying it because they just don't understand what that is? And how do we communicate to them? And so we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how do we communicate to customers. So that's going to be the core of everything. The technology itself, it's going to be easier to make technology work. It's going to be easier, like to your point, it's going to be easier to really develop something from a technical perspective. But it's going to come down to understanding human beings and understanding behavior. Then the other part is being able to communicate. So communicate simply what your value proposition is, simply what problem you're really solving, and simply to your customer why they should choose you and not another person. But it's also being able to communicate about the value you bring as a business and why your business is more important than anything else that an investor should be looking at. So that communication part is going to be super, super important. And then for sure, I like the idea of experimentation. Experimentation is very, very interesting because how we design experiments is going to be super important to learn and to be able to iterate and to pivot quickly. So for sure, I think experimentation is the cornerstone. And with technology, and even with platforms like Lovable, it's easier to iterate quickly and experiment. So we do a lot of A/B testing within Truecaller. So we quickly try function, try messaging, but the key thing is to be able to learn from that and then to share that amongst teams. So it gets lost when you're not able to learn quickly from experimentation and be able to share why a certain thing worked and why it didn't work, and then being able to let the other person iterate from your lessons. So I think that's going to be important as well. And then in general, I like what you always say, is about like at the end of the day, it's about authenticity. So being as authentic as you can be to when you approach a situation is super important, especially when you are solving a problem. So it's probably not a good idea to solve a problem that's not necessarily meaningful to you or that you feel like doesn't show up in terms of your values. It really, really needs to be something that is aligned, because then therein is your superpower, the fact that you're authentic, that you're showing up. So it's really going to be about, can we be as human as possible and as authentic as possible?
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Truecaller joining Lovable here. Nice. No, thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been amazing. I don't know if there's anyone who has anything they need to say before we close, or should we call it day? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Who's this, George?
Yeah, it's George. I just want to say, awesome, awesome. I love what you have shared
Is
with
this
us.
George? Is this George from 22 on Sloan?
Yes.
Yeah, I could hear it, eh? How
Very
are you, George?
insightful.
Are you well?
I'm well, thanks, man. I enjoyed the session, and yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it, eh?
Yeah, no, this is great. Well done. It's a nice one.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, but thanks to everybody, because everybody was freely sharing, and we are all learning in the process. So I really appreciate everybody. Thanks, Eckhart, for saving me with the presentation, eh? Right. Is there anybody else who has closing remarks before we close? Anyone?
It's a pleasure. It's a
Uh,
pleasure from my side. And closing remarks. Thank you for this opportunity to learn. I really, yeah, I learned a lot, and I can't wait to take sprinkled salt to the next level with the knowledge that I can now apply. Like you've made it very, very practical.
No, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, we'll be in touch. Definitely, we're going to take your feedback back to Lovable so that at least we can have, when we next year, when we have physical and even online events, we'll have better feedback and hopefully more credits. So thank you very much. Okay, bye. Nice.